Welcome home, Raiders. Tonight, after 3 takes of the open, I think we'll just start the show. What do you say? As Convert to Raid presents the Battlenet News! Everybody, and welcome to another fun-filled show about WoW and BlizzCon and other nerdy things like that. Today is October 16th, only a couple weeks away from BlizzCon, and it is now, what is it, 7:10 in the PM Pacific time. Still so weird. Thanks for joining us from around the Blizzard universe. My name is Pat Krane, coming to you from the CTR Command Post in the capital of California. And as always, the players are here as well. First up from Overwatch League Daily and other fine shows, it's John Horstmann. Hello, John.
Is Sacramento the capital of California?
Yes.
So you're in.
I'm nearby.
Nearby.
Yeah.
We need to find a better name. We had the podcast power station.
No. So
the broadcast bumper.
You're right.
Bunker. Sorry, not bumper.
Yeah.
Bunker.
Yeah. And now the command post. No, it's not. It's the command post.
The Sacramento.
It's the
sanctum.
For right now, it's the command post because I'm renting. So because I'm only going to be here for a little bit. All right, we got to get to our other player. And she is from Lagging Balls, Battlenet Sports, and other stuff like that. It is Thyst. Hello, Thyst.
Hello, Patrick Cranium. How are you today?
Cranium? That's nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's nice.
There's so many things I can do with your name. Most of them I can't say here, but I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right. That sounds all right.
You think we should like cryogenically freeze ourselves like the rest of May's team, but like not, for like 9 years, but just until BlizzCon?
Oh.
Like what?
Just for like the next couple of weeks? Because
just the
excitement is building so much.
Yeah, like this is literally the only thing in my adult life that like brings me back to being like a 6-year-old jumping on my bed on Christmas Eve night, like waiting for like presents.
Okay.
Like this is it. This is the only thing.
This is it. This is the only thing I got going on
for me
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In life. Yeah. It sustains me.
It does. It really does. And I'm feeling that way too. John, are you going to be going to BlizzCon this year?
I am not. It doesn't look like, but I might be like 2.5 hours away, so I might just show up.
Right.
Might just show up. Just knock on Pat's hotel room door.
Right.
Naked from the waist down and the waist up.
And the waist up. And that's fully nude.
Double naked.
That's that's actually
I'm
just
wearing
naked.
I'm wearing a belt, so that's why it's waist down and waist up.
Gotcha.
A utility belt or a regular belt?
It's actually a cummerbund.
Oh.
Fancy.
The fanciest of all belts.
The fanciest belt of them
That's
all.
why they call it a birthday tuxedo.
Whoa. Pat, you must be so excited for that.
I am. I have never been more excited in my life.
Yay.
Creepy
Sure,
John's going to call me. He's going to call me. It's going to be like, I don't know, like 2 a.m.
Special delivery.
Right.
It's real special.
He'll say,
got a package for you, Patrick.
Somebody order a pepperoni pizza?
I'm at your door.
Sausage.
Yes, all of that stuff. But it's going to be so exciting. You should actually just drop by, John. If you are as close as I think you may be, why not? Why not just show up?
That's the thing. I mean, and if any of you are in the California area and you don't have tickets to BlizzCon, there's so much going on during the day at night. You can just go to the food trucks all day anyways, hang out, because that's where most people go. You spend a couple hours in there, go out to the food trucks, gain 20 pounds,
Yep.
go back in. stand in line for the men's restroom, and then go back out, eat another.
Then hang out at the Hilton bar or at the or any of the hotel bars. Really, it doesn't even matter.
The Hilton now isn't quite the place anymore, is it? Especially without the CTR party there. Now they've got the DJ slamming it all night long.
So as far as events that are happening during BlizzCon that are not BlizzCon, on Thursday night is still Con Before the Storm. So
and World of Podcasts.
And World of Podcasts, which Thyst and I will be a part of. And that party is at the Hilton. It's always fun. It's always a good time. There's plenty of people to meet. They do meet and greet tables as well. So if you're there, you can meet up with your favorite streamers or podcasters or personalities, whatever. And then on Saturday night, I think, is like all the other parties, like the Wowhead party and trying to think, is Twitch doing a party? They might not be. Twitch might
usually
not be.
Twitch does one. Discord usually does it Friday night, so that the Discord and Twitch party are on different nights.
Yeah, but I'm kind of wondering, because TwitchCon is like the weekend before, if they're actually going to come out to BlizzCon, because that seems a little weird. But
that's a lot of partying.
That's a lot of partying. Actually,
I don't think it has anything to do with the date. I think it has everything to do with the event. So I'm going to guess that they are going to do one.
They might. Cool. They might. And you're going to be at TwitchCon, John. I know that much, right?
I will be.
And I may drop down to that one now that I'm over on the west side of the world. So, yeah. it's just a couple hours from here down to TwitchCon. Go down there, hang out with you and some other folks, and make a day of it.
Mainly just me, though. Mainly just me.
Well, if and
just you and me, Pat.
Is your lovely wife going to attend as well?
Of course she will be.
See,
and that's really why you want to be hanging out.
Well, and I might bring my wife down.
Why not? I haven't met the lady Krane yet.
Right. So then we could just hang out and spend a day at TwitchCon. Wouldn't that be lovely?
Aw.
It's a good time. I like TwitchCon. It's not quite as developed as like BlizzCon is, where BlizzCon is, I mean, and it's a lot more. There's a lot more like individual personalities at TwitchCon, so I think you have a little bit more diversity as far as like what people love. With BlizzCon, there's 5, 6 franchises, and it's not that that's bad. That's a very good thing, but it's a very like refreshing experience when you have, you see your favorite streamer walking by, you're like, hi, shake your head. And like, that's why they're there. And they're always really cool about it. And so, and me, Pat, you're like me, you like new tech.
Yep.
A lot of new streaming and audio tech there, which is a lot of fun too, which you don't really get so much at BlizzCon. It's just more of a celebration of the games we love.
Right.
And then TwitchCon is more about, it's more about the tech.
It's more about the streamers, the tech, but kind of that type of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And, and all the panels and stuff like that too. And, I know the last couple of years you did a podcast panel there. So should be
Total Biscuit last year.
Should be a good time. Let's see what else. Before we talk more about BlizzCon, and we are going to talk more about BlizzCon because there has been some news on that front. I do want to talk to you guys kind of briefly about what you guys have been up to. John, with you in the game, what is going on with you in the game right now? Are you raiding hardcore right now?
I'm raiding twice a week.
Yep.
And then kind of pugging wherever I feel like. I'm 4 of 8 mythic.
Oh, nice.
Which is kind of nice. Doing enough to stay alive. But I'm also super, super, super into Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Well,
it's a lot of fun.
Nobody's perfect, John. Nobody's perfect.
You guys want to play a battle royale with me? Please reach out to me on Twitter.
Now is that battle royale better than other battle royales as far as you're concerned, or what?
I mean, I'm a huge Fortnite guy. I love Fortnite. But it's cartoony, right? And it's all about kind of like this building centric, aim doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. it's really fun to play in a group. But PUBG, man, they just really screwed the pooch on this one, Pat. They really did.
Ouch.
They were just so poised to like be great, and then they just, they're just so buggy. And so basically, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is what PUBG should be.
Okay. All right.
You have even less bugs. It's just, and so it's just a lot of fun. It's my favorite BR right now. But like, if us three were going to go play a game right now, I'd want to play Fortnite with you guys, not Black Ops 4.
BR sounds like a weird. That's some weird initials to me.
Like a weird what, Pat? What does it stand for?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Why does your brain?
I know it's Battle Royale, but it doesn't sound
big rectum.
Right. That could be it. Rectum nearly killed him.
It also could be rectum.
Fist. Well, how about you? What have you been up to? What has rating been like for you and other such things?
Pretty great. I don't know. We just we're working on Heroic Zool right now. We got Heroic Zekvos down. Yeah, it's pretty tough, but God, it's so much fun. We've been zerging and cheesing as much as possible throughout all of the raid, and the zerg mechanic on the first phase of Zool works really well, but the second phase is just so like RNG heavy and chaotic, and it's just, but like we have been progressing really fast, and the fact that we're getting a little bit stuck on these last couple of bosses is really nice, because I don't know, like it feels really cool to speed through a dungeon, through a raid, but when it's new, it's like, okay, I guess we're really good. That's awesome. And then, you just keep going along and you're like, yeah, we're so great. This is so awesome. And then you're done and you're like, oh, cool. I guess we'll wait for the next one,
Right.
So I don't know. What I'm trying to say is like, I'm really enjoying progressing, and like the feeling of like, wiping doesn't feel great, but like when you learn a little bit more and then wipe and then learn a little bit more and wipe, that feels amazing. Many times
doesn't feel good? Siege of Orgrimmar, any of the last 3 bosses.
Or the first 8
on Heroic. Those were just those were guild killers back then. When it was like 300 plus wipes and you're like, oh my God, what is wrong? What is so wrong?
It's true. Like there is like not a fine line, but there is definitely a line between like, okay, it feels good to progress, and also like, okay, this feels terrible. We're doing something wrong. But how often in like IRL do you like actually like find yourself learning how to do something, Like I guess all the time, but I don't know. It's just like when you like wipe on a boss and you try different things and other people try different things and you just go about it differently each time, or you try a strat again and again until it works. Like it's just so cool to like feel your brain expanding. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Maybe I just don't challenge myself IRL. I don't know. Maybe this is just I like feeling smart when I play games.
Sure.
Like when I do the shell game.
Right.
IQ 9. Yeah. I know where things are under the shell.
I don't have any add-ons for the Tortollan Seeker quests.
Me either. It's all up in here, man.
I don't really do them too much.
I like to learn, chat. I'm a learner.
I don't really do them. I don't really do those quests.
You should. They're so easy. You only need to do 3 emissaries.
I know, but
only
then
3.
I have to like... Right now, I'm trying to like do all of the things, which means I'm doing none of them very well because I'm still trying to gear up and stuff like that. This week, however, I was able to gear up my horde tune a little bit because of the time walking thing, because it's time walking season right now, and so it's mop time walking. Yeah. Started nice. Today, and so I did a couple of dungeons. Went over to the guy. With the thing over in the Timeless Isle, and bought gear. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll just buy it.
Was that snail guy there with the pet biscuits?
I didn't see him. I'm not saying he wasn't there. I'm just saying I didn't see him.
Well, sometimes he's not there, but sometimes he is there, and then you fill up on them pet biscuits.
Why?
Because then you toss them out and raid, and people's like, why is my pet so big? And you're like, I don't know.
Well, right now I like engorging
people's pets.
Wow. All right. I'm just gonna leave that one where it's at.
Man, that's a fair statement.
Say I have I have a beef with you, Thyst, and Thorn for that matter. You and Thorn, both of you guys.
Nice. Rip him a new one, Pat.
I just wanted to talk about this for just a little bit.
Get him, Pat.
Because last week we talked about rating. We talked about the LFR Wing 3 was out, and the 2 last bosses of Uldir finally available. Mithrax and Gahoon. And so we kind of went through this what to expect thing that I'm not going to lie, I didn't follow a lot of it. And maybe it's because of the limitations that I have mentally, or maybe it's the fact that I kept on playing this music while you guys were saying it, and I just kind of got lost in the music. I was like, hey, if I'm not going to understand it, might as well have some happy music to make me kind of smile. So are
you saying that the description of the bosses we gave you was not satisfactory, Pat?
I am saying it was confusing at best for me.
Okay, well, I don't understand the problem then.
However, I will say that you were right about one thing, and that is on the Gahoon fight. Looking at Gahoon embedded in the wall with just the mouth part, I was like, okay, what the hell is this?
Yeah, we're gonna fight the cat's butt.
I'm like, oh, what? Yeah, exactly. So it was fighting the cat's butt, and when you're in LFR on any new week, the cat's butt wins. So don't let it win, Pat. Got defeated by the cat butt. It was pretty great.
Yeah, that fight is just really gross. Actually, a lot of stuff in Uldir is just really, really gross. There's barf, blood, etc.
Etc.
Rated T for teen.
You gotta watch out for that, etc. It sneaks up on you.
It really does.
Yeah. So, no, but it was but yes, as I said last week, if you don't know what the fight is like, go watch the video. And I was kind of hoping that more people would have watched the video because my first time through, which was on Wednesday, I just had to bail after like 3 or 4 wipes. I'm like, I got things that I got to do. So I'm going to come back on Saturday or Sunday when you guys have figured it out and we could just kind of blow through this thing.
I employ the same ideals in the bathroom. I just bail after 3 or 4 wipes, no matter what.
Right. Yep. That sounds pretty good. That sounds like a good deal.
After that too much, you're just, cleaning up little poos.
Yep. All right. Let's talk a little bit. We're going to go into the news, but we're going to talk about BlizzCon. So here we go, folks. We have a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. One of the first things was that BlizzCon, the BlizzCon floor map is now available. We've had a release of the schedule, and now we can actually see the layout of what's happening on the floor of the place. Is this different than previous years, or is it basically the same?
It's basically the same.
Okay.
Which is nice because I get confused about where I am a lot. So.
Right.
But yeah, it all looks pretty good. And what I'm most excited for is that the WoW stuff is right next to the D stage, and so I won't have to walk too far, because there's the whole moving exercise thing that I'm also concerned about.
Right. Well, I mean, but you have the Overwatch arena over on the other side of things anyway. And then
that's true.
If you want to go out to the Dark Moon Fair or whatever, that's in that annex building or whatever that they just opened up last year.
I tried to get to the Dark Moon Fair last year and I got completely lost. And then I had to go around with you for the rest of the whole time, and then you almost ran into Ben Brode, remember?
Yeah. No, I almost made Ben Brode run into a sign. Because I yelled at him and I said, "Hey, you're cool," basically, and he turned around to see what was going on. Almost hit one of those like 6-foot stand-up sign things that were in his path. Yep. So
that was the last straw. He's like, you know what, I'm leaving.
Right, and that's why he left Blizzard.
I'm out. Yep.
So
sorry.
Was the Hearthstone stage in the North Hall last year?
Yeah. Yep. So the Hearthstone, all of the Hearthstone stuff is over on the north side. So if you go to the new area, the new building, on level 2, it's Dark Moon Fair, but all underneath is Hearthstone stuff.
And the Dark Moon Fair still freaks me out. I went to the voice actors panel for Overwatch last year because Katie really wanted to go. Mm-hmm. Katie wants to be a professional voice actor when she grows up. And so I want to support that. So we go to the Overwatch voice actor panel. And every time it's like being in a different country. We're like, want to buy some pins? It's just so weird to me. Like, I can't, no, I don't want to buy pins. I'm just here to see Johnny Cruz.
Trade pins?
I heard something, and I'm trying to remember what the number was. And it was something like they had about 60 fog machines over in the Dark Moon Fair area last year. Yeah. And I mean,
60 fog machines and like 400 people vaping. So,
well, maybe.
They weren't like vape the whole time.
What was that?
Can you put vape in a fog machine? Is there like a vice versa type thing?
I don't know how that works. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I have no idea. Like,
I don't think science is ready for that yet.
If the fog smelled like Swedish fish or Swedish berries, which is what we call them where I come from, that'd be really great, because not only would it look really atmospheric and foggy, but it would also smell like candy.
Right. Wouldn't that be awesome or something? I don't know.
I know we have some Blizz dudes in the chat right now. Take that idea. Go ahead and use that. You're welcome.
Oh, Dionysus says, what a missed opportunity.
Well done.
So off of this map, if it is the exact same as last year, which it kind of looks to be mostly anyway.
Yeah, English guy brought up that the D stage is turned around this year. I'm glad he said that because I was looking at it and I was like, I don't get maps.
It's turned around a little bit. It's turned around a little bit, but I think that's in part because they have the opening ceremony is on all of the different stages anyway. So it's going to be a lot more spread out. It's going to be a lot more people everywhere, not just at Hall D.
What do you think of the Diablo 3 demo area?
Right. I know. Last year it was right next to the bathroom to make it look bigger. I think just to make the area look larger. And this year it's very small. It's just small.
I have a few questions about this. Number one, I'm looking, is there anywhere else? Because the prevailing opinion here is a very, 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 very big Diablo announcement, right?
Yeah. I think that's because Diablo is going first in the schedule as far as what's coming next in Diablo. Coming first in the what's next panels of the games. So, but
they've got this little area and they called it the Diablo 3. Are we just getting debated here? Is that what that is? Is they're just saying Diablo 3 demo area? Is
it that you're not seeing a Diablo 4 demo area?
Not seeing Diablo 4. Not seeing a big. The WoW demo area is bigger, and what we're going to see. Well, I guess we are probably going to see vanilla. Right.
We're going to see classic, and we're also going to see 8.1. So there might be some things that go along with that as well. So
has anyone printed out this map and then put those little push pins in, everything that's Diablo related? You put a pin in, and then you string it all together, and it spills out a 4
colored string from one to the other, and then try to come up with the magic.
And it writes out 4, the word 4 in cursive, and you're like, oh my God.
And then Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson try to figure out what's wrong with you.
Yes, as usual.
Right. That's a normal thing that happens all the time. It really does.
They just care about me,
So yeah, we're not seeing a huge Diablo area, which is kind of mind blowing. I think to me, but it's also that they're just not ready. It's not ready to be played yet. And if they do make a big announcement, it might take more than a year to get it out to the public. Kind of like...
Have they ever done this, though, where they make a big game announcement and then have nothing for you to play.
What did they do for
servers? But
I mean,
like for like an actual game, not just a rehash.
Right.
Well,
for Heroes of the Storm, they had the Blizzard All-Stars was the original launch of it, or the original announcement of it. And I think they did have something playable at BlizzCon. I'm not exactly sure about that because I didn't actually go and play it. But then it took like 2 years afterwards to get the actual product out. Overwatch, I'm not sure. I know that they talked about the launch of Overwatch, and they had a demo.
They had a
Yeah, it was
very
totally limited.
Than what ended up shipping, but
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And what about the food trucks? What food trucks are they gonna have?
You know what? I've never been to a BlizzCon food truck ever.
You should. They have vegetarian at least. It's not vegan.
They're so expensive. It's barely worth it.
Difference.
Well,
I usually just
like
get
a $14 hot dog. It's from a truck.
That's way too much money for a wiener.
Right.
Even if it comes with bun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I assume the condiments are free. But yeah, no, I just like there's way too many people out there. And like inside, there's also expensive food that you can get. It's quite delicious. Ooh, there's this little like, it looks like a, what are those things called? Snack pack snack, you know, like Lunchable. Sure. That's it. And then it's got like couscous and it's got like pita chips and hummus. It's really good actually. But nice. It's like $6.
Yeah, it's not
hard pass.
It's not an inexpensive. It's not an inexpensive proposition to go to BlizzCon. That's for sure. You're gonna be spending money somehow, some way. If not on the $500 Hilton,
$25 or whatever it is now for a ticket, don't skip on the food.
No, don't get it.
It's really easy to forget to eat though at BlizzCon. I must say,
it kind of is.
Yeah.
There's always so much going on. Let's see what else is going on for BlizzCon stuff. I
in the press room, by the way.
We just heard over this last week that the Hearthstone virtual ticket rewards are available now. So if you are a part of virtual ticket or the actual ticket, you get a virtual ticket with that. You get 10 packs of Hearthstone cards throughout the ages. I'm not sure. There's like 5 different packs times 2. So a bunch of cards.
Yes, and a cool card back.
Yes, and a cool card back. And also, if you are going kind of cosplay, if that's your jam, then Blizz actually put out a cosplay book that is now available on Amazon.
I think that's really, really cool of them. Like it seems like Blizz has really amped up the cosplay appreciation this year. And I don't have anything to do with cosplay at all, and I probably never will. But I understand, like, you know, the blood, sweat, and tears that people put into these costumes all year long. And, you know, BlizzCon is finally like the unveiling, and they get to like walk out on stage, and they're revamping the coverage of that. They're revamping like the categories for the cosplay competition, and with this book, like it's just it must feel really good to be a Blizzard themed cosplayer this year. It seems like there's a lot of love.
The first time that I really saw them kind of catering more to cosplayers was with Overwatch. When they released all the Overwatch artwork, they actually gave the exact colors, right? So they gave specific colors for the different heroes as they came out.
They have the cosplay kits too. Now, if you go to the Blizzard Press website and go to the Overwatch one, there's cosplay reference kits.
Oh, nice.
For every hero, I believe.
That's so cool.
And so it's just kind of cool that that's where it started and has built up, and especially as like the cosplay contest on Friday night, you know, has kind of gotten way out of hand, like so much better than it was 10 years ago or whatever. I mean, come on, that Hogger cosplay last year was so insane, and there were so many other like just absolutely mind-blowing cosplayers out there. So I don't know. I like that big huge Reinhardt last year as well. Oh my god, that guy was awesome.
There's a few of those guys actually. I remember I'll never forget the first time I saw him. He was standing right outside the Hilton, and I was like, oh wow. It was just like so big, like so larger than life. It was so weird.
Right.
The Rockin' Donkey asked in chat, who should Pat cosplay as? And that's the easiest question.
There's only one answer.
Soldier Dad 76.
Yes, Soldier 76.
Grillmaster 76. Yeah.
I would love that.
I said Witch Mercy.
What's that? Oh, Witch Mercy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Witch Mercy would be good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Witch Mercy, yeah.
How about you,
I personally want the summer Widowmaker bikini skin.
Oh yeah,
for Pat.
Oh, for me,
please.
In a Patkini.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Patkini. Do you need help with your body paint? Because we could both help with that.
That would be great. I think I would need all the help that I could get on that.
You're back for you, Pat.
You're welcome.
I actually found today. I was kind of looking around because now's the time when you're like, hey man, is there anything that I need to pick up before BlizzCon? And so you just kind of, I was just kind of doing some searches, and I was on Amazon and I was looking for a new hat or whatever. And I saw this hat, and it was so great. And it was so great for WoW, I think, especially if you've been playing with the, you know how there's in Stormsong Valley, there's all those tentacles everywhere. And you're like, all those, all the tentacle statues and stuff. I found an octopus hat where you pull it over and your eyes pop out, and then it just has like tentacles drooping down over your where your mouth is. Yeah.
What did you type in to find that hat, Patrick?
I don't even know. I found it though, and I was like, all right, cool. So
wrong website for tentacle searches.
So I found that, and I'm totally getting it. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You've already ordered it.
No,
Amazon Prime that.
I did think about it. It's that cool. It was that cool.
You're still thinking about it. You're gonna get it.
You're like, when am I ever gonna use this? And you're just like,
and then I went, BlizzCon, I can use it there.
Figure it out.
Hey guys, I'm an old god.
Right, I'm an old god.
Yeah,
I'm really an old god. Get off my lawn.
Oh man, you'd be such a good Grillmaster 76.
Well,
I'm going to start a GoFundMe for everyone listening. I'm going to start a GoFundMe to buy Pat all of these different pieces. I'm going to make him wear it at BlizzCon.
The nice part is all you need is some cargo shorts and socks and sandals for the rest of it.
They have an official apron now too.
Yeah, basically Pat's Tuesday attire.
Do they have an official apron?
They do. Yeah.
Where?
I saw it at GameStop.
Oh, a GameStop?
One day. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I love GameStop.
I haven't seen it. Now I got to go look on there. But I've got a show to do. Last thoughts on BlizzCon. Is there anything that you guys are really looking forward to? Johnny, let's start with you. Anything you're looking particularly forward to for BlizzCon? I know you might not be going, but you'll probably watch it on the virtual ticket or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always really in tune on the Overwatch stuff. I'm excited to see what they're doing with World of Warcraft because, I said it. I think I said it last time I was on. Hey, this is the best expansion we've ever seen. I need that. I need more info now. I'm reneging on that a little bit. I'm running a little dry here, and so I'm really excited to see, mainly because of like Azerite traits and that grind there. So I'm.
Yeah, and that's another thing that we can talk about here in just a second if you want to, because I know that there's been some hubbub about the Azerite armor just in general, but we don't have to get into that.
Yeah, so I'm really excited. I'm honestly I started an account. I still have a level 55 warlock that hasn't been touched since the vanilla.
Okay,
and I'm really excited to try I'm not going to be there. Crap. I just was like, I'm really excited to try vanilla servers. And now I'm like, well, I'm probably not going to be there.
But it doesn't matter because if you get the virtual ticket, if you get the virtual ticket, you can play it at home.
But I'll be waiting at the Hilton bar for everybody to get done at BlizzCon.
Well, I bet it'll last until November 8th or something like that. So you can
say hi to me.
Come say hi to John. Come say hi to me. Hey, you know what?
Not a single thing that I'm not excited about except for Heroes of the Storm.
All right. Here's what I'm excited about. I got you can hear them right there. I got all the pins. So I've got these pins that are for CTR Guild members. And then I've got this bag over here. And this is just like regular Convert to Raid logo pins. So I've got those. So if you're going to be at BlizzCon, drop on by, say hi to me, and maybe you'll get one. Maybe you won't.
Can I have one?
Nope. They're reserved for people I don't know. No, of course.
My Convert to Raid jersey, Pat, is still like one of my favorite.
Mine too.
Shirts.
Cool. Do I have to bring that? Am I required to wear that?
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. Yeah.
That's not what you said last year.
That's because you had a meaty pass that I gave you. So
that's true, yeah.
This year I don't have one for you. I'm sorry.
You don't own me this time, Pat.
I'm sorry. And then I have stickers too. So I have some stickers as well. So I can.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just a few.
What did we name the guy? Bjorn?
Well, it kind of looks like, so there's one sticker, and for the guys that are watching the audio show,
bottom right,
or listening to the audio show, here, I'll kind of pull it back. Kind of looks like Torbjorn a little bit. Looks like a Viking dude, or like a dwarf warrior. And I think I wanted to name him Bjorn. I wanted to name him Bjorn, and I think I went with like Arnulf. Arnulf. Yeah.
Like,
take your favorite male name and add an F to the end. Two syllable, like Nicolif.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's Viking.
Arnulf.
Patrick.
Right.
Patrick.
Or Arne.
Patrick.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. All right. So this, was there anything else that you wanted to say about BlizzCon? Are you looking for
oh my God, Pat, shush. No, like, okay, we got some freaking WoW esports this year, and it's gonna be insane. Okay. Like Arena World Championship, AWC, it's gonna be so good, so good. But
you have to pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
That's right. And stuff. And the MDI, like the MDI, oh my gosh, like it's gonna be like this is the year. Like this is when everyone's gonna realize just how exciting. I mean, if they don't know already, you're gonna know that the MDI is I'm so excited. I'm and the worst part is the worst thing on the planet is that the MDI literally goes almost like all day, and the Wow What's Next panel starts half an hour before the end of the MDI. Come on. So like, hopefully like things progress. Like hopefully, you know, like one team just sort of, and I'm not going to say who, I am very biased towards one team, but I'm not going to say, because that's, you know, that's not cool, you know?
Sure.
I mean, it is when you're watching, but it's not cool when you're like talking.
So who are you predicting then for the MDI?
I think that Excel's Angels are going to take it. Formerly Shell's Angels.
Yeah.
I think they're going to take it.
Okay.
In fact, I know they are. But hopefully they just like, you know, they just like clean up real quick, and then we can go over and find out what's new and what.
Right. Maybe it's a blowout.
No, it's not the What's Next panel. I think it's the Q&A panel. Because you have to see that.
Yeah. You have to see the Q&A. Yeah.
Because Ro's going to inevitably be the first person to stand up and ask a question. You can't miss Ro, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Can't miss Ro.
No.
I love Ro.
He's great. Okay, so now we will finally get into some World of Warcraft.
A clever strategy.
Thank you. So let's talk a little bit. There was last week, I was going to mention it on last week's show, and then we didn't. It was that Thursday there was a live developer Q&A. Of course, it was Josh and Ian. And Josh decided to wear it looked like he was really cold. That's all I'm saying. He was wearing a knit cap and a big flannel shirt. I'm like, you're living in Southern California, dude. Do you not know? It's actually nice.
Do you know anything about fashion? It doesn't matter what temperature it is, as long as you look cute.
No, tell me, no. The weather matters. That's all I'm saying. If it's 85, fashion? I'm not wearing a big flannel shirt if it's 85.
You would if you looked cute in it.
He did look cute. I'm gonna say Josh did look cute. He was great.
See?
So yeah.
I think
if you know thousands of people are going to be watching
Tiger Woods golf polo.
And of course, Ian was he had the golf polo. So it was all good. It was all good. And so in this one, they covered Azerite armor, all the types of balance that there ever are, except for DPS, which was like, okay. Raids and more, talking about 8.1 a little bit. Guys, what stood out for you as things that you want people to know about? Thyst, was there anything in particular that you saw that was like, oh, this is new?
I mean, I don't know, like everything that's been coming out recently about WoW is to me just been kind of more of the same. Like we're getting a lot of like cool little content updates here and there, but it's mostly just like addressing Azerite issues. And I got it a few weeks ago, like last month. I get it. Like people are having a hard time with it, and now the team is working on it. Like that's where it ends for me, It's like, okay, lots of people are unhappy. Personally, I'm fine, but I understand that people are not happy. They're working on it, and I wish that we could just move past that a little bit. And that's another reason why I'm looking forward to BlizzCon, because more stuff to talk about. Let's go.
Less talking about Azerite. I think that we've seen this in the last couple of Q&As, which is kind of weird because the last Q&A was like 2 months before or whatever, and they were talking about it then, starting to address it or whatever, or starting to think about it. And now it's a problem, and we've seen videos from some streamers coming out and lots of different forum things popping up, and yeah, it's an issue.
It is, but
here's and the issue, chat. Sorry.
Well, and the issue I think is more, man, I almost kind of want to say that WoW has kind of fallen into the trap of reforging again. It's like they did reforging back in
delectable trap, like the candy cabin in the middle of the forest.
It's kind of like, hey, you can change it, but it's gonna be very costly at some point. It's gonna be, they have the doubling costs and stuff like that. If you only do it once or twice, not so bad. If you do it 10, 12, 25 times, you're gonna start paying for it. I think that's a trap. I think
the Azerite traits are lame. That's all. Honestly, that's my only issue with it. I'm fine with the cost for a minute. I'm a gold millionaire in Overwatch or in World of Warcraft. Like, that's not a big deal. I'm making so much money selling potions right now and stuff. It's just like, I can't remember the last time I paid for World of Warcraft.
Awesome.
And so, but for me, I just like, it's just not fun.
Right.
And the coolest stats tend to be the ones that are like the lowest DPS increases.
Right.
And, and World of Warcraft has always struggled with this. There's never been a time where World of Warcraft hasn't struggled with the top end gear, finding a way to be, to be not punishing. Like, part of it is just because theory crafters are just so good, and, the Icy Veins and Wowheads and Ask Mr. Robots and whoever else is, putting out those guides are saying, here's the best traits, here's the best stats. And that's invaluable. But it also takes away from the fact of like, I don't think that websites have done their due diligence in saying like, this is a difference of 0.5% between this really cool looking Azerite trait that Blizzard probably wants you to use at some point and this one that technically nets you more DPS. And World of Warcraft has always struggled with that.
I think that some people are way too into it, and maybe they shouldn't be. That's the other thing. Is if you're not, my whole idea is that if you're playing at that level, number one, you're not listening to this show. If you're playing at the level of a top 100 team, most likely, maybe you're not listening to the show. So I think I could talk to everybody else here. Everybody else in the room. Come on. It's fine. It's all okay. It's all okay.
It's not. I mean, yes, it is.
I mean, it's
we all have that one guy in our guild or gal.
Yeah.
We all have that one person in our guild. We all have that one person in LFR.
Yeah.
I encourage you to enjoy the game and play the game the way that you enjoy it most.
Sure.
But a lot of people enjoy it most by being the best and doing the most that they can with the time that they have.
Right. And I am totally cool with all of that stuff. It's just, I think that a lot of the times that people let the little things get in the way of the pure enjoyment, and it's those little things that can really get under your skin too, which is totally understandable. So I'm not trying to dismiss people for being upset about it, but at the same time, I think that for most people, I mean, it really is for most people, for 95, 99% of the people, it's fine. It's fine.
Yep.
And it always has been, though.
Right.
But it still has always been a problem. It's always been a thing in the community. And if you want to be, it stinks because it's difficult to be active in World of Warcraft. It's difficult to be active on forums and subreddits and all these things and not be in tune with these things and not know and understand. And it's also kind of a knock that if you don't know the best Azerite traits for your specific spec or class, even if you play that very well, it's kind of a not. It makes it difficult to interface with other people on that, and that maybe that's a conversation that needs to change as well. But there's one no that's it's fine. There's one thing that I wanted to bring up, and if I can find it, and it was a list of all of the forum posts that I've seen, and I wanna read these to you.
Do you have to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please do.
I want to, because people are like, oh my God, there's never been a time when people have been so angry. So I'm just gonna run through some of these lists, and I'm gonna play the happy music because you should play happy music if you're bringing in some weird stuff.
God.
So here are the headlines that I saw. Waste of time. I'm leaving WoW. Quit being cheapskates, Blizzard. Does everyone here hate this game? And another one was, just tell me how to quit WoW.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you
those
don't know how to quit WoW.
so those are the forum posts that I saw, but they weren't from today. This was from.
No, that could be the last friggin' any time in the 15 years.
That was actually September 14th, 2008. So it's 10 years ago. That was the.
Go look at the forum posts from the day that Apple announced the iPhone.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
No thanks.
It's just ultimately, and like we all kind of understand like what we're tiptoeing around here as far as like complaining. I think ultimately nobody's opinion is wrong, because there are so many different ways to play WoW. So nobody's opinion's wrong. Nobody's gameplay style is wrong. But there are wrong ways to go about talking about how you feel about things, especially when it's a video game that is so diverse. And I think that's the main issue, like you can be upset about anything in WoW. There's people upset about, I don't know. The only thing that really upsets me about WoW is when I put on a helm and my hair goes away,
Zuldazar flight points and layout.
Pet battles. Just them being there.
Oh wow. Okay, wow. You're gonna flex like that, Pat? That's quite the statement. All the pet people are gonna come for you now.
I know they are.
Are you ready for that?
I'm totally ready.
They're gonna have their pets healed up. They're gonna sick their pets on you at BlizzCon.
Right.
You're gonna have like critters on you.
It'll be fun.
I know you love grappling with squirrels.
Yeah, that's me.
But yeah, I think what I'm trying to get at is just like, you can have your opinions about WoW and that's fine. And everybody is going to approach the game differently and therefore see things differently. But I think we can all agree that there's a right and a wrong way to express yourself about things that make you upset. And hopefully someday we can all just sort of, accept that and agree with that and put that into place somehow and then move on, because like WoW hasn't survived for 15 years by, being the worst game and never changing and never fixing its problems, obviously,
Right.
So it just irks me because like this happens every single expansion. They release something new that's big, and yes, it has been on the PTR, and yes, that does help. But like they need to flesh this stuff out IRL in real time with millions of players to really get a firm hold on it, you know. Well, and that's what we're doing.
And the other thing that kind of always gets me is that it always falls like the biggest every time a new expansion hits. It seems like there's this big swell of, oh my God, this is so great through the leveling process, right? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Seems to
Never
be like,
did that.
this is really awesome, or this is, you know, but then it's like right after that, after the initial story starts, people wonder where the game is going. And they don't know, they don't have the roadmap that Blizzard has. And so they can't see exactly where everything's going. And if Blizzard decides to go one way or the other, then half the people are kind of like going, what? And the other half are like, let's go. So
it's funny that you say that because like, you know, a few episodes ago, we were literally talking about that same concept, except for lore instead of content, you know?
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, I'm so excited for BFA lore. Wait a minute, you know, where's this going? Now I'm upset about everything and I'm going to threaten devs. Oh, okay. The story's continuing. Didn't see that coming, you know?
Hey.
And then now it's like content. It's like, well, where's this going? I'm going to threaten devs some more because, you know, I'm so fired up over a video game.
Yes.
Well, I feel like I need to chime in here on one thing. And there's every time this happens, there's always a jovial sect of World of Warcraft players who are like, if you're not having fun, stop playing, kind of thing. And if you are having fun, don't complain. And I understand where that thing is coming, where that perspective is coming from. And if you're not having fun, I think you should do whatever you're trying to do to have fun. But if I want to have fun playing WoW, and I feel like I have constructive ideas on how to improve that experience, I think that it is okay for somebody to voice that opinion on it and continue to play WoW.
Absolutely. Because
honestly, for example, and you can look at the history of World of Warcraft and find out that there are definitely patches that are more fun than another. But what is not fun is starting a new patch when you're behind. It just World of Warcraft in general, it's not fun when you're behind. It can feel overwhelming. There's too many things going on. I tried to get Katie into the last patch of Legion, and she was so overwhelmed all the time because she's doing 3 patches worth of new content. I'm like, normally you only have one thing and it's kind of incremental and nice. And so it's not as simple as you're either having fun or you're not. Right. And I think people try to separate those two. You're having fun or you're not. But in actuality is you're enjoying this aspect. You're enjoying playing, or you enjoy the game, but you don't actually enjoy certain parts of it. And I think that as a community, I think we should just start recognizing that it's fun as a spectrum. It's not fun and not fun.
Right.
It's, there's a part where this is okay. This is not. I don't like running dungeons. I love running raids. And I don't have fun running dungeons, but I like the gear that I get from it, blah, blah, blah.
And one of the cool things about WoW, especially now as opposed to even 5 years ago or 10 years ago, is that there are so many new things that you can do to offset some of that stuff. So, I mean, yes, Azerite gear may be a problem, but there's still fun ways that you can play the game. There's still many more ways that you can play the game now that you could ever play it before. You can do pet battles. I'm not going to yell at people for doing pet battles. I'm not going to do that. I mean, it's your game.
You better watch it.
It's your game too.
The is surprisingly savage.
I know. I have one or two pets up to level 25. That's it. So in a pet battle, you're going to kick my butt. It's fine.
No, I mean they're actual savages. Like they will come for you.
Oh yeah. I'm expecting it.
All just they won't even bring out their pets. They'll just kick your butt.
Awesome.
I've seen it. like they all get together at BlizzCon. They're like all like the pet people, the pet community. They all get together talking about their pets and stuff.
I know, but they need to bring like stuffed animals then, I think. And then they need to have their stuffed animal pets attack me because that would be awesome. That would be like, that would be like fighting a cloud. It would be so amazing. It'd be great. Like a soft, fuzzy cloud. But like
how many stuffed animals does it take to like bring down a grown man such as yourself, Patrick?
Just really like one good one. Like one really good one.
Like,
one
really
that's
got like rocks inside,
No. One really cute one. That would just go, oh.
It would just render you like completely useless.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, that's so cute. Yeah.
Thyst, was there anything else as far as this that we learned? I mean, it seemed to me like they did talk about 8.1 a little bit, right?
Yeah, they did. It seemed to me like it was more of a, hey, we understand all of your problems and we are acknowledging them and we are working on them kind of update. Yeah. And like that's not to say that it was a bad stream or a non-important stream. I think that's very important because a lot of people lately have been like, oh, we're trying to talk to Blizz and they're not answering us, but clearly, here they are. And that's all they can do, like they can't give you dates on everything they're working on, but they can assure you that they are like working on it and thinking about it and talking about it, etc. So,
and they may not even have solutions for some of this stuff yet. And,
exactly. Yeah.
Who knows?
It's a huge freaking game.
With these Q&As at the end of like the first initial patch, we kind of see three different types. See ones that are saying, here's all the milestones we just shattered and things are going great. And they use like their data behind the scenes to get it. Then they also have this kind of like middling mentality. And then they have this one mentality where it's like, here's everything we're fixing. And we saw fixing in Warlords of Draenor. We're seeing fixing right now. That concerns me a little bit. And again, this is somebody who I play a lot. I'm 4 out of 8 Mythic. I'm definitely, quote unquote, ahead of the curve. Ding. But I just like, when I see these types of messages, for me, it's saying the internal data it's not to brag about just yet. It doesn't mean I'm not enjoying playing. And it doesn't mean I'm not playing. And it doesn't mean that it's still not a very good expansion. But it does mean that overall right now, the online community, the feedback that they can get physically is, I would say, more negative than I would say like Legion's initial patch.
Sure. Right. I mean, I think that there's a big difference. And when I hear something like this is, and you said Warlords of Draenor, and I'm like going, well, Warlords of Draenor, their biggest problem was content. Like they didn't have enough of it. You know what I mean? And so it was just
they scrapped it halfway through.
Right. But I mean, it's just like the content just wasn't there. I think this one, the content is more there than not. Like I think they can overcome some of the stuff. So I
agree.
I don't.
This isn't even. I mean, how many expansions do we have now? 6.
I don't know. You want me to count? I didn't know that this was a counting thing. What is this? No, it's right 8. Now, so if it's 8.1, then that means that we have 7 expansions, right? Does the math check out on that one?
You have Outland. You have Wrath. You have Outland isn't the name for it. You have Cataclysm. You have Op. You have Warlords.
Yep.
6, 7. Yeah.
Hey, I did math on the show live in front of people.
Oh, wow.
That's so weird. 7
expansions.
Let's see. Anything else?
If I may jump ahead.
Yeah. Please do.
In the Forbes.com interview with Ian Hazzikostas, he did say that like one of the major things that they are focusing on right now is getting content out in a steady stream, just like it has been, throughout Legion.
Man, I tell you, if they can continue to do that like they have with Legion, and so far they're off to a good start,
absolutely,
it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, and I think they're definitely doing that, and BlizzCon is going to help sort of like, you know, fill the backlog up a little bit, and just like, because we already have so much to look forward to already, you know, with like the new raids coming out and everything. But I literally can't imagine what we're going to learn about at BlizzCon this year. And it's just, there's just more stuff, you know, and since we don't exactly know when it's all coming out, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to having more to look forward to. But that's the thing, like with Legion, it was just like, okay, we got this huge thing to look forward to, but in, you know, the weeks coming, here's some more stuff, and here's some more stuff, and like, here's more story, and here's more story. And it was amazing. And I think that, you know, BFA is still getting ramped up, and the story is certainly still getting ramped up. And like they said, like they're going to focus more on like blue versus red. Like this is just like establishing, you know, what happens after, you know, what happened, and establishing the story. And so I don't know, like I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm glad to hear that they're going to try to keep up the pace.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's going to be great. Go ahead.
I need to just preempt something right now, because, you know, I do this on the show all the time. We know that we play a lot more than most people. So at least for me, I know that I am like a 2%er.
You're playing like 4,000 hours a week, right? Something like that. Yeah.
A week.
Yeah, right.
Literally a week per character.
Right. Per character.
So like I understand that there's obviously, if they go at my pace, it goes way too fast for a lot of people. And at the same time, if they go at the bottom 20% pace of active players, it goes way too slow for me. And they try to find that balance as well as they can. I can understand that, and I can appreciate it. And I don't want that person's job. I just don't. Like that has to be one of the hardest jobs ever, is spacing out content and using empirical data to do so, and then to have the active community, who also tends to be the most active on these forums, tell you that you're not putting in enough content and it's not fast enough and all that stuff. So I understand that, and I get that.
Right.
Again, I love playing WoW. I will always play WoW. I will always take your money on the auction house, and I will always be relatively competitive in rating, because you know, that's what I really enjoy in World of Warcraft. Now I might have the auction house open on my second screen while I'm playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4, but hey, I'm still technically playing, so
sure. All right.
That's my piece.
So Thyst, as you were talking about, there was a Forbes interview with Ian Hazzikostas talking. It was mainly talking about the launch, right?
Yep.
And so, I mean, it wasn't for us folks. It's kind of old news at this point, isn't it? Would you say that? Or was there anything? Or was there anything really new? I mean, you mentioned one thing, but is there anything new that he's saying? At all?
No. I mean, yes, from his perspective, it was cool to see, like, you know, what the team is proud of and what they're still working on, and what they wish could have gone better. But it is a really good article, and I think my favorite part is they were talking about just like, what was it? Just the criticism of like, you had all this stuff in PTR and beta, like why isn't it fixed then, and stuff like that. And Ian said something like, the reality of World of Warcraft is like nothing is ever truly finished, and like they just keep making changes and keep making changes, but nothing is ever complete. And like that's kind of the point of WoW, you know, and that's what I understand. And it was nice to like actually like read formalized thoughts on that, because like that's how I see the game, and it just I wonder sometimes if people don't understand that, you know. Sure. Like maybe that's why people get so angry, because they think that like things are finite for some reason. And
oh man, there's never been like a time where WoW has not been in an iteration. That's what they always talk about at WoW, at Blizz. It seems like they always want to iterate everything. So, you know, just small changes over time, and then
of course,
then expansions hit and you do some big changes, but then you do small changes over time again. So
absolutely, World of Warcraft is like the Beatles, Pat, constantly evolving, and that's why they last so long.
Wow, that was that was deep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's because, you know, like that's like the best analogy, because like everybody in the Beatles was like very super talented and really understood their craft, and like everybody working on WoW is the same, and they're always just evolving their art, because World of Warcraft is also art, and it's just like, and that's why it's lasting for so long. Like the Beatles were never stagnant.
Sure.
Pat.
Sure. Okay. All right. I'm not fighting with you on this. I'm not gonna.
Good.
And
this is probably
Strawberry Field forever. So
right.
Yeah.
Right. So there. We do have. Was there anything else WoW that you guys want to talk about? Because I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, we've got a schedule. We've got a schedule coming out for Island Expeditions, which is cool. If you guys are into that stuff, you can check it out yourself, so you can see what mods are coming up. Well, and now I might be able to play with you on my Horde tune, because now that I'm kind of geared up a little bit. So,
I am so looking forward to that, Pat. I have missed you.
So there we go. So yeah, but we're going to talk very, very little bit about Hearthstone.
Well met.
That doesn't seem loud at all. Let me try that again.
Well met.
That's better. Okay. So Thyst, you mentioned this before the show. What's going on with Hearthstone?
Hearthstone's first art book is available. It's available globally. It's English only right now, and French, German, Russian, Poland, Korean, and Chinese versions will follow. There's a regular edition, like there's a standard hardcover, and it's $45 in the US. And there's a limited edition, and it's $125. There's only 1,000 numbered copies and signed by the Hearthstone development team, and that's only through the Blizz Gear Store and at BlizzCon.
Wow.
But it's also like, it's got like an imitation leather cover, and it's going to be inside like a Hearthstone box, and it includes 2 high quality prints in a portfolio and a numbered certificate of authenticity. And like for $125, like I feel like that's like really, really, really cool.
They know how to package.
Oh yeah.
Those guys at Blizzard, they know how to put it together. So
yeah.
That's good. And John, you said something about this that I didn't know about. What was the thing that you said before the show?
Yeah. So, and I'm still like fact finding on this, because a Hearthstone book was announced in April of 2017, and it was supposed to be published in October of 2017. I stopped podcasting about World of War or Hearthstone around then, and so I didn't follow it very closely. And I don't know if this is just like a new art book with updated art, or if this is that book that was leaked so long ago, because I can't find that first book. I can just find all the announcement blogs.
Maybe they had to put all the packaging together. Maybe they needed to do that, like get all the fake leather bindings and stuff like that for the book. And
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope the box is made out of wood or something. That'd be cool.
Sometimes things move at the way they do.
Right. It's true. There's really not a lot of other news out there for a lot of the other games. We've got
BlizzCon LOL.
We've got the Diablo Switch themed stuff out now. Is that right?
I gotta get that. Yeah, it looks really cool.
So it's just a Diablo 3 themed Switch. And it's just black and red and stuff.
It's like the prettiest. It's like when I was a kid and my dad got me and my brother like the Nintendo Game Boy Color Pokemon edition that came with Pokemon Yellow, and it had Pokemon on it. Like you want your stuff to have stuff on it,
Yeah, when my mom got me the Atari 2600 with the that doesn't really work. Doesn't work.
Why not?
Because they didn't have any stuff on the side. They didn't know about that stuff then.
Oh, that sucks. Did you write Pat on it in crayon?
I'm pretty sure I did. That's
so cute.
Even though
and Robin's egg blue or macaroni and cheese.
It was. We didn't have those colors back then. It was just like the 8 colors.
Color didn't exist back then.
Red, green. And we had to turn our TV stations with a screwdriver, not a screwdriver, pliers. We had to change our TV channels with the pliers because there wasn't a knob.
I hate when there's no knob.
Come a long way.
Before remote controls, hey, let's age Pat some more. Okay. So is there anything else as far as like other news going on? I think it's probably about it.
Have fun in the Halloween event, guys.
Oh, Halloween events all over the place.
Junkenstein's Revenge.
Yeah, that one's always fun.
It's like my favorite seasonal event by far. Like it's just it's so good. And wasn't it the first one too?
I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing the crap out of it.
Oh yeah,
I don't know why. So satisfying. It's like, and here's what I do now. Now that I've played more than 10 of the Junkenstein's Revenge, right? I get on normal and I just like go, okay, I'm gonna play roulette with the hero that I choose now because I'm pretty comfortable with it. And so I'll let everybody else choose, and then I'll pick whatever one that I haven't played yet, or whatever one I haven't played in a while.
Games.
And sometimes it's really terrible. But for the most part, I haven't failed, at least not on normal. I've failed on hard mode, like one step up, but not on normal.
That sucks.
So,
what do you guys think about playing Brigitte? Do you think it's like kind of boring or satisfying or?
I liked it the first time.
Junkenstein's or just overall?
In Junkenstein.
In Junkenstein. I
like it.
I liked it the first time, and then after that, it's just kind of not quite as awesome.
It does get a little like left click mashy, you know?
But yeah. I mean, Torbjorn's the same way. I mean, the only reason that you need him is for the turret.
Torbjorn takes skill, Patrick.
Not as much, no.
Skill based hero.
No.
Hard work pays off, Pat.
All right. I'll just let it go. I'll just let it go. All right. And speaking of let it go,
Overwatch World Cup. We have Overwatch League season 2 details. So, but man,
yeah.
Splitting it up. They're short. 28.
Well, we're all about the World Cup right now. We got to be all about the World Cup right now because that's the Overwatch World Cup is going to be starting next week.
Jerseys. You can get jerseys at intotheam.com. For all the different ones, the Team Japan jerseys are really jerseys are really cool. I think I'm going to get one of those.
Awesome.
I'm thinking Team Canada jersey looks pretty fresh. Looks like a winner, if you know what I'm saying.
Go get that Team Canada, eh?
That's right. This year, Thyst, make sure to pick it up before everybody else gets in there because you don't want another Team Canada dress.
Triple XL dress.
All right. And with that, I think we're going to call it a show. And so there. But before we get out of here, I want to talk to you guys about what you're up to and how people can follow you and follow the things you do. Johnny, you're up first. What's going on?
So, a couple of things. First of all, I've got a new Overwatch podcast that kind of fills the niche of Overwatch League Daily when there's not Overwatch League going on because it's just impossible to do a daily show about a league that only happens 4 months out of the year.
Right.
So, it's called Tactical Crouch. I've got the 2 smartest people in competitive Overwatch on the show with me. It's really great. I really enjoy it. It's on the Overwatch League Daily feeds, though, so you can everywhere you would find Overwatch League Daily, you can find Tactical Crouch. I am also got a new job, which is kind of cool, working for a company called Helicon Gaming, where we're coming out with our first product. So if TC Helicon makes like effects for vocal effects and things like that, and they're like the world standard, and they're making stuff for streamers and gamers now. And the first product is going to launch at TwitchCon next week, and I'm really excited for everybody to see it. Pat, I think you get one tomorrow.
I think I do.
I'm really excited.
I'm way too excited about that arriving tomorrow. So that'd be good.
That's it. Oh, yeah. Follow me on Twitter at KickTripod and on Twitch at KickTripod and on YouTube at KickTripod.
When YouTube is available. It's not available tonight.
It's fixed.
It got fixed. It got fixed.
They're back up and running.
All right. Woo. That was close. Thyst, how about you, buddy? What's going on with you?
Hey. I do a show called Lagging Balls. We talk about Blizzard games, and there's lots of swears and inappropriate jokes.
Yeah.
And it's much worse than this show. Not to say that this show's bad, but it's a lot worse than this show. But it's still good, you know? There's fun times to be had, I'd say.
It's a good show. Come on. It's a good show.
No, it's actually really good though. Like it's a good show.
It's fun. It's fun.
You'd like it.
It's fun. Show.
But yeah, you can find all that stuff at laggingballs.com or on Twitter at laggingballs, and you can find me at Thyst03.
That's right. And for me personally, you can always check out whatever I'm doing on socials at Pat Krane, and that's Pat Krane with a K. That's all I got. All right, so now I'm going to bail on that music, and I'm going to play this music, and I'm going to say, hey, guys, you can talk to us anytime. That's true. You can join the Bazubu Guabo Nation by heading over to converttoraid.com. That's where we have all of our stuff. Show downloads, Discord info, videos, audios, guild stuff, swag store, and more. And there is the section called the Convert to Raid Podcast Network, and it features Thyst and John and all of the regulars here on Convert to Raid. And so make sure to go check it out at converttoraid.com. And you can also follow us on socials at Convert to Raid, on especially Twitter. There we go. John, Thyst, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Twitch chat, as always, you're weird. I love you. And for all you guys out there, thank you so much for picking us up. We definitely appreciate it, no matter what, taking us around town with you on the bus, on the train, in your car, at work. Yeah, wherever you are. Wherever you are. That's right. It seems very rhymey at that point. But thank you guys so much. And that's going to be it for the show. For all the guys on Convert to Raid, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
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 Johnny, I'm looking forward to that thing coming tomorrow. That's going to be awesome. And I'm going to make sure to send out like a bunch of pictures of it on the internet so that I can totally ruin the announcement that's going to be happening at TwitchCon. I'm sure that nobody will care at all.
Won't get paid.
It'll just
Pat,
be
you gotta be careful with your secret pictures online, man.
I know.
So once you put those up, like you gotta keep that like strictly confined to Snapchat.
Right. That's why it's all Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want that stuff getting out.
No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, like if you type in Pat Krane, like Google image search, there's some weird, like it's.
Is there?
I was surprised.
Have you ever heard of Pat Cheerios?
Is there? I haven't seen any weird ones lately. But
it's just like lots of stuff from your pimpin' days, lots of stuff from your Hello Kitty bootleg collector days. Lots of
different weeks, actually. Those are just back-to-back weeks.
Pretty much.
Went straight from pimpin' to Hello Kitty.
Yeah, and like there's a lot of you and Guy Fieri. It's kind of disturbing.
There is a lot of me and Guy Fieri, and now I'm kind of living somewhat close to him. Now
he knows.
I know.
He knows.
I know. I saw him in the backyard the other day.
What? A celebrity living in California? I was like,
get out, Guy. I really don't want to hang out with you right now. I'm sorry.
He just really wants to know that you're all right.
I told him I was fine. I told him, listen, I like you, but I don't like you in my backyard at 2 a.m. Not my favorite.
Unless you got food.
He had food, and it was weird. He was rubbing it all over himself. It was kind of strange.